Hey everybody, welcome to Perry TV, where we show both sides of the coin. We're watching Piers Morgan. He's diving deep into this guy that lost, Thomas Massey. Is he MAGA? Is he not? Donald Trump wasn't for him. You also got Glenn Greenwald. He's out there saying that AIPAC donated a lot of money against him, and it's one of those things where just gotta hear it to believe it. So let's listen in.
Fist. And yet at the same time, you see a lot of the conservative right at war with each other. So what are you reading into the sort of overall picture here about what's going on?
Yeah, what are you reading into it, Glenn?
When he was really not talking much about Israel at all, applying though the same exact principles applying to other issues as he's now applying to Israel, including being one of the leading opponents, for example, of the Biden administration's policy of financing the war in Ukraine on exactly the same grounds. He opposes U.S. financing of the Israeli military and the Israeli wars, which is people in Israel are doing extremely well. Ukraine is not our government's obligations. American citizens are. Our towns are falling apart. People don't go to college. They can't afford health care for their kids, the most basic things that a decent country provides for their citizens. And yet we're spending billions of dollars on countries like Israel where...
No, that's just not true. Israel pays for itself 20 times over. In fact, if America stepped away, China would be there in a New York second.
Leading advocate of many of the principles, including, by the way, free speech that the MAGA movement claimed before Trump got back into power again, that were most important to them.
I think he's got a little Trump derangement syndrome, because nobody tells Donald Trump what to do.
After October 7th, when the U.S. started spending not just $4 billion a year on Israel, but 20 and 25.
A whole $4 billion and then 20. Do you know how nothing that is? It's nothing.
Obviously, Trump was a major factor.
And they don't give it to Israel. Israel buys arms with it. It's just a loan. And the intelligence they get back is worth tenfold. China would love it.
Well, then she is to the United States, spent most of her life as an Israeli, was in the IDF, poured insane amounts of money, record-breaking amounts of money into this tiny little district where all you need is 50,000 votes to win. And if you don't think that $25 million is enough to sway 5,000 voters, which was the difference in the race, to one from one side.
In the United States, people have been spending money, a lot of money, on candidates for years. In fact, not even on big candidates, on little state jobs. So this isn't a new thing, but you know who they're blaming. You know who he's really blaming.
Loyalty, or at least equal loyalty to a foreign country, are overriding what polling shows are people's opposition to Israel, to the war in Iran, and just drowning our politics in enormous amounts of unlimited money in service of this foreign country. And not saying Trump...
No one's in service of Israel. Israel loves America. And nobody tells Trump what to do. We show both sides, but this side is... Today, it's this side. The real side.
Well,
I'm sure Will's about to do that.
Sorry, Buckley, what was that?
I was going to say, I'm sure Will Chambers is about to do exactly that.
I'm about to ask him to do exactly that.
Both of them are.
Well, I was going to preface it by saying that just before we came on air with this show, Donald Trump has gone public about a growing sense that people are getting that it's Israel trying to call the shots in Iran, that they forced him into the war in the first place, that they don't want it to end. They think that America should re-engage in the military strikes and so on. And Donald Trump's reacted pretty forcefully. Let's take a listen.
What did you say to Prime Minister Netanyahu about Iran and how long to hold off on strike?
He's fine. He'll do whatever I want him to do. He's a very, very good man. He'll do whatever I want him to do, and he's a great guy. To me, he's a great guy.
See, you heard it from the boss.
And he's not treated right in Israel, in my opinion. I'm right now at 99% in Israel. I can run for prime minister, so maybe after I do this, I'll go to Israel, run for prime minister. I had a poll this morning, I'm 99%.
Is there anyone better, baby? Is there anyone better? I'm going to tell you a little story. How Trump loves the Jewish people. Or Jews in general. He's worked with them his whole life. You know, during the first Intifada, we're going way back. We're going like 24 years ago, something like that, whenever it was. there was a parade on Israel Independence Day in New York, who knows? And they couldn't find any. Trump was a nobody then. He was Donald Trump, but he had nothing to do with politics. He wasn't that famous, but he was a famous New Yorker. You know, he had Donald Trump and, you know, his hotels, and he didn't have his show. He didn't have The Apprentice. Anyway, and this is a true story because I've met him in New York and got to shake his hand. And just to go on a bit of a tangent, I knew Donald Trump was going to become president because when I would walk by his hotel where he resides, he would pull out in his limousine and he would stop it every morning when I was walking and roll down the window and say hello to all the people. Now, how many very rich or billionaires, I don't even know if he was a billionaire at the time, did that kind of thing? But let's get back to the march. So, no one wanted to march in the Israeli independence or some stupid Israeli parade. They couldn't find a single soul to do it. No one wanted to be the, whatever it's called, the chairman of the parade, chairman. Yeah, you know, the marches and waves to everyone like the king of the parade. You know who stepped forward? Donald J. Trump. He stepped forward, and his daughter wasn't even married to a Jewish guy yet and hadn't even converted to becoming Jewish. So that's the kind of guy he is. This has nothing. He wants to protect America. He only cares about making money for America. He doesn't care about any other countries. It's just the way it is, baby. So thanks for listening to a bit of a rant. Usually we cover the other side. We're against Trump or against Israel, but sometimes you got to call a spade a spade. Thank you for watching. Please support the channel. Love you guys.